Assalamu alaikum students. As you all know, we are studying the unit circulatory system. In the previous class, I had sent you videos on the structure of heart, the blood vessels, and also the composition of blood. In today's class, we are going to see another topic which is called as the heart rate. Let us see what heart rate is and how it changes with time. The number of times your heart beats per minute is called as your heart rate. So what is your heart rate? Heart rate is the number of times your heart beats per minute. Another term for this can be pulse. Heart rate is going to vary from person to person, right? Depending on your age or kind of activity you're doing. So it is going to vary from person to person. Normally, your heart beats about 70 times a minute, but this can change. How? According to the needs of the body. You all know we've studied this last year also, that your heart beats 70 times a minute, but this can change according to the needs of the body. For example, when you are exercising, what happens? When we exercise, our muscles release more energy. They require more energy, right? So our muscles must release more energy. They need an increased supply of oxygen for aerobic respiration. To deliver this extra oxygen for aerobic respiration, both the number of beats per minute and the volume of the blood pumped with each beat also increases. So usually you might have noticed after your PT period your heart rate increases, right? Why is that? Because there is an increased supply of oxygen for aerobic respiration, because they need oxygen. Because you've performed the exercise, you need more oxygen, you need more energy, and for more energy respiration should take place faster, and for respiration to happen you need oxygen. So your body is not having that much amount of oxygen at that particular time. That is why you breathe heavily, right? So when you are exercising, what happens to your heart rate? Your heart rate increases. What is going to increase? Both the number of beats per minute will increase, as well as the volume of blood which is pumped with each heartbeat is also going to increase. Then when we are angry or afraid, our heart rate again increases. So heart rate is increasing when you are exercising. Apart from that, when is it increasing? When you are angry or when you are afraid. What happens? The increased output is going to supply extra blood to the muscles, which will enable them to release extra energy through aerobic respiration. So this is going to allow us to fight or run away. If you remember last year I had given you the example of fight and flight response. When you see a lion, what are you going to do? Will you fight with the lion or you're going to run away, right? You're going to run away. So that is your flight response. For example, when somebody is hitting you, what are you going to do? You're going to hit them back. So this fight and flight response is triggered by a hormone which is called as the adrenaline, and this is secreted by your adrenal glands in your body. So when you are angry or afraid, your heart rate is increasing. Why is it increasing? This increased output is going to supply blood to the muscles, which will enable them to release extra energy. How they will release extra energy? Because an aerobic respiration will increase. So because of this, it will allow us to have a fight or run away, fight or flight response, and it is also triggered by the secretion of the hormone which is called as the adrenaline. Then one more condition: when you are sleeping, what will happen to your heart rate? Think, We saw when you are exercising it is increasing, when you are angry or afraid it is increasing. What will happen when you are sleeping? Yes, can you think? When we sleep, our heart rate decreases as all our organs are working more slowly now. When you are sleeping, your organs are working more slowly. They need to produce or release less energy, right? And so they need less oxygen. So what will happen to your heart rate? It will obviously going to decrease. So when you are exercising, when you are angry, when you are afraid, your body needs more energy, more oxygen, so your heart rate is going to increase. Whereas when you are sleeping, your organs are also working slowly, so they do not require any energy, so less oxygen, or rather they require less energy, so less oxygen, so that is why your heart rate is going to decrease. Now, all these changes in the heart rate are controlled from a part of your brain which is called as the medulla. You can see it in the diagram. Where is the medulla? It is a part of your brain. So, all these changes in your heart rate, whether it should increase or it should decrease, they are all controlled by the brain, which is called a part of the brain which is called as the medulla. As you know, when you start to exercise, what is going to happen? What is the end product of respiration? They release out carbon dioxide, right? If you remember the reaction of respiration, glucose plus oxygen is going to release carbon dioxide, water and energy, right? So when you are exercising, our muscles produce more carbon dioxide in aerobic respiration. So what is going to happen? There are receptors in the aorta and the carotid artery. Now what is this carotid artery? Carotid artery is the artery which is leading to the head. So when this carbon dioxide is released, there are receptors present. Where are the receptors present? Receptor is present at the aorta. Aorta, you know, is a part of your heart. If you've studied the last video very thoroughly, where you've studied all the different parts of the heart, so you will know what aorta is. So there are receptors in the aorta and the carotid artery. I repeat again, carotid artery is the artery which is leading to the head. So these two will receptors are going to detect this increase. Which increase? Increase in carbon dioxide. When you are exercising, more amount of carbon dioxide is released. Receptors in the aorta and the carotid artery are going to detect this increase, and they are going to send signal which is called as the nerve impulse, or you can even say electrical signals. So these receptors send electrical signals called as nerve impulse through the sensory nerve. If you can see in the diagram, there is a nerve called sensory nerve which is taking the signal or taking the impulse to your brain, to the medulla. The arrow is upwards, so that means it is taking the signal or impulse from the heart. Where is it taking? From the aorta and the carotid artery. It is taking it from those receptors and it is carrying it to the medulla, who is carrying the sensory nerve. Now, then what will the medulla do once it receives this signal? The medulla is going to respond by sending the nerve impulse along another nerve which is there in the diagram, which is called as the accelerator nerve, right? So what is going to happen? We'll start from the beginning. When you are exercising, more carbon dioxide is produced in the aerobic respiration. So what is going to happen? There are receptors which are present in the aorta and the carotid artery. Carotid artery is the artery leading to the head. It is going to sense this and it is going to send the impulse, electrical signal through the sensory nerve to the medulla. Once the medulla is going to receive this by the sensory nerve, what is it going to do? It is going to respond by sending nerve impulses along the nerve which is called as the accelerator nerve. If you can see, the arrow is downwards. for the accelerator nerve, and sensory nerve के पास it is upwards. So that means it is taking the signal up, and when it is downwards, it is showing that it is getting the signal down. So when the carbon dioxide production returns back to normal, what is going to happen? The medulla is going to receive fewer impulses. So it is going to respond by sending nerve impulses along a nerve which is called as the decelerator nerve. So if the heart rate, or if carbon dioxide is more, so what is going to happen? The medulla will send the impulse to the accelerator nerve, right, to the heart. And when the carbon, after some time, your breathing becomes normal after exercise. That is just for a few minutes. So when you are breathing heavily, when your heart rate is increasing, that time your brain is sending the impulse to the accelerator nerves. But after some time, when the amount of carbon dioxide becomes normal, then what will happen? The brain will send signal through the decelerator nerve. So basically, the accelerator nerve increases your heart rate. It also causes the heart to beat with more force, and it also increases the blood pressure. Whereas the decelerator nerve decreases your heart rate, it reduces the force of contractions, and then the blood pressure returns back to normal. So this is how your heart and your brain are going to carry or control your heart rate. So basically this has been controlled by your brain, a part of the brain which is called as the medulla. So when carbon dioxide is more, signal is being carried from the sensory nerve to the medulla. Medulla is going to send signal to the accelerator nerve. It will come to the heart. Your heart will beat faster. When carbon dioxide has become back to normal, it is going to sense, the sensory nerve will take the signal to the brain. The carbon dioxide is fine now, you don't need to increase the heart rate. So what will the brain do? It will pass the signal through the decelerator nerve, because of which the heart rate will reduce, it will become back to normal, and the blood pressure is going to be high. So just remember that the accelerator nerve increases your heart rate, it causes the heart to beat with more force, and it increases your blood pressure. That is why your heart beats so with a rapid force, and you can even hear your heartbeat when you are after exercise. And the decelerator nerve is going to decrease the heart rate. It also reduces the force of contractions, and the blood pressure returns back to normal. So this is how your heart rate is being controlled. Then this picture might look familiar to you because I have taught you last year how to count your pulse rate. We performed an experiment. Unfortunately, we cannot do it this year, or else you would have got another PT period free, right? Never mind. So now you'll again try to check your pulse rate at home and note it down in your notebook. So in today's class, we saw what is heart rate, what is the heartbeat of a normal person, or normally your heart beats for 70 times in a minute. And we also saw what happens to your heart rate, when does it increase and when does it decrease, and who is controlling this? Your brain is controlling it, and how is it controlling? By the accelerator and the decelerator nerves. So that's all for today's class, and in the next class I'll see you with another topic, which is the diseases which are related to your heart, that is the cardiovascular diseases.